Martin Racing Performance, the most advanced parts on the planet.
Welcome back, guys. We're going to talk about springs. A lot of people ask, hey, how do I change a spring? What's this spring? What's that spring? The reality of it is there's lots of different types of springs. There's the torque springs, which go on the clutch, on the rear part of the clutch. That's your rear pulley. And there's the main torque spring, which goes behind the clutch system. And they both affect your RPMs. Some clutch systems have more than one set of springs, such as the Dr. Pulley. I understand there's a couple of brands out there that are working on the dual clutch system with springs as well. Most traditional 2-shoe or 3-shoe clutch springs just use one set of springs, and you can determine what colors you want in there. It goes from low to high. Usually you have the blue, the reds are high RPMs, yellow are happy medium. And sometimes, every once in a while, you'll find some weird colors like green or pink. You just got to read in the packaging to see what the RPMs are. On the new ZTR 250cc springs, for example, silver is high, medium RPM. And MRP, for example, for the 250s, this one is the GK03006 for the 250cc scooters. This would be for a CF Moto 250. This is going to be high RPM. And the reason you want this is because a lot of people want more takeoff and more top end. So you're going to change the clutch and you're going to get that takeoff, and you're going to put the high RPM red spring so you get maximum RPMs with your CF Moto 250. So it's a combination. You know, you're going to get, once you change the exhaust, for example, you're going to get a lot more top end, you're going to lose a little bottom end. So then you're going to change the rollers with slider weights, and you're going to go lighter so you get more takeoff. So every time you do an upgrade, there's a change involved. Same thing with these springs. These springs are for the QMB 139. See how it says MRP? And on there you're going to see MP03621. That's the QMB racing spring. Now, what's the difference between this torque spring and the stock torque spring? Well, first off, you know, the Chinese factory buys their torque springs from wherever they can get it the cheapest. It's not usually the same supplier every single month. So it doesn't matter the brand. A lot of these mainland brands, even some of the Taiwanese brands, are buying a lot of their stuff in China. And you'll see an ad that says, we don't buy anything in China from some of these companies. The reality is a lot of it is bought in China, shipped over to Taiwan, and then put together in Taiwan. Or some companies are just making their scooters completely in China. It comes down to the brand itself. I mean, obviously the quality of the spring inside a Vespa made in China is going to be a little bit better than X brand made in China, which is a Chinese brand. But in the end, for racing purposes, you're not going to get a lot of performance out of the brand, regardless of the company that you buy. So you want to change the spring, because it doesn't matter if it's a Vespa or a Zongshen or a Johnway. The spring inside of it is not set for racing. It's set for everyday use. It's set to conform with US standards. And in some states, it's a moped. It can't go past 25 miles an hour. Same thing for Europe. A lot of countries don't allow, you know, the moped to go over certain speeds. So you're going to want to change certain things. Things that you're going to want to change besides the clutch variator, exhaust. You're going to want to change the clutch springs. You're going to want to change the main torque spring. On the QMB 139, you got to upgrade to this. This is our most commonly sold upgrade, MP03621. You want to change this torque spring. You want to get more performance, more top end. You change this. A lot of people go and buy a big 80cc kit. You know, if you just do the 80cc kit and you don't do the exhaust and you don't do the springs, mainly this spring and the little springs and the roller weights, you're not doing much. It's still going to be extremely restricted. So again, springs, clutch springs, and torque springs, very important. Go under parts by type on our website. Click on torque springs or clutch springs, and you're going to see all the different upgrades, or you can go under different models. There's lots of ways to search. We have a little search engine on the left-hand side. And where to buy these? Okay, click on places to buy. That's going to give you all the online stores that sell our parts. It's going to give you our dealers. Click on places to buy at www.mrp-b.com. Have a great day, guys.